Take that! Ugh.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Take that, Brooklyn.
Boom! See you over there, Pac. It was great catching up.
Red, Trey, congrats on the Hall of Fame.
Thanks.
I told you we shouldn't have stopped to talk to X-Pac. That took forever.
It's gonna be fine. And besides, we got a great diet tip out of it with that mustard thing.
Red, I'm a huge fan. Can you sign this for me, please?
Wow. It's been a long time since I've seen this.
It was so inspiring to see you come out of nowhere and make that run to the finals. And that last match against Rhea Ripley was amazing.
Thanks for supporting me for so many years. It really means a lot. Sorry, everyone. We're running late.
Good afternoon, Red. Commencing trip to your destination. WWE Hall of Fame ceremony. Please enjoy
For
the
someone
ride.
who's in such a big hurry, you had plenty of time to stop and sign an autograph.
She had a Mae Young Classic program from the year I was in it. I had to reward her loyalty. And we wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for that match versus Rhea Ripley.
Final of the 2019 Mae Young Classic. What started months ago with 32 women from around the world now comes down to 2. Let's take a closer look at the distinct paths Red and her opponent Rhea Ripley took to get here tonight.
This is my third Mae Young Classic tournament. The first year, I was just happy to be here. Last year, I made it all the way to the semi-finals. But this year will be different. This year, I win it all. There is no other possible outcome. You know, I almost feel sorry for Red. Almost. Because tonight, I'm going to annihilate her. Nothing personal, mate. Just more of a wrong place, wrong time sort of thing.
A lot of people think I came out of nowhere to make a miracle run to the Mae Young Classic Finals. I hate to ruin a feel-good story, but I'm not the underdog. I've put in the work and paid my dues traveling up and down the road, defeating anyone who stood in my path. This list drives everything I do. 2 years ago, when I was passed up for the first Mae Young Classic, I wrote on here that I would someday win it. Well, someday is tonight. Rhea Ripley, you can talk about how it's your turn to win, but I've got some unfortunate news for you. I'm taking your turn, and there's nothing you can do about it.
No matter what happens, you've made it further than anyone expected, and you should be really proud of that.
I couldn't agree more. Oh, and it's probably not the best time to bring this up, but I found out Rhea Ripley had a custom jacket made that says 2019 Mae Young Classic winner.
Seriously?
Yeah. Pretty disrespectful if you ask me, since clearly she sees beating you as a formality. I mean, she must have been really sure of herself to spend money on that. It's not like you can return a custom jacket. And you should see the detail on it. Even had a picture of your face with a black eye. The resemblance was amazing.
I'm gonna tear Rhea apart and make my own custom jacket out of her skin!
Oh.
I can't believe Rhea did that. Not a smart move on her part.
Oh, she didn't. I just made that all up to motivate Red. Sometimes her anger can be used for good.
This is by far the biggest match of Red's young career. There's so much more than that trophy on the line. Well, she looks determined, to say the least. She could be the most determined person in the world, but that won't make up for the fact she has never been on a stage like this before. Well, this is the third Mae Young Classic tournament appearance for her opponent, Rhea Ripley. That discrepancy in experience is going to be a huge factor tonight. There she is, the soon-to-be winner of the Mae Young Classic Tournament.
Corey, earlier you mentioned how you thought Rhea Ripley had the experience edge since this is her third Mae Young Classic. But isn't it true that, just like Red, this is her first time making it to the finals? So maybe that edge isn't as significant as you think it is.
You might have a point there, Byron. I'm going to tell Rhea you said that.
Oh, please don't.
After months of competition, these two women who outlasted 30 others now have the opportunity to be crowned the Mae Young Classic winner. I've said it before and I'll say it again. This is Rhea Ripley's year. She will not be denied a third time.
I get that, but Red has racked up some impressive victories on the indie scene and in this tournament. This is going to be a battle.
Harsh impact. Nothing's going to stop her now.
Look at her go. Reverses. Can she take advantage?
Down in a hurry. Boom, what a forearm. Stump puller leg snap. That's going to hurt. Tear your hamstring.
If you look up bad attitude in the dictionary, I'm pretty sure you'll see Rhea Ripley's photo right there on the page. Rhea Ripley is the walking, talking personification of a bad attitude.
You can't look up bad attitude in the dictionary, Saxton. You can look up bad or attitude. I'll give you, Rhea Ripley certainly has attitude. Whoa, not so fast. Shoulders on the mat. Very curious move to go for a pinfall at this point. Byron, you talk about Rhea Ripley's bad attitude, but in her mind, she's as happy as can be. There may be a scowl on her face when she's in that ring, but it's only a matter of time before that scowl becomes a smirk as she inflicts damage upon her opponents. Spinning arm breaker.
Oh, it didn't go as planned there.
German suplex released. Hooked up. Oh, there's the escape.
That was just a case of taking too long.
Look at this. Snap suplex. This match is wearing her down. She may have underestimated the opposition she'd face tonight. Oh, that hurt. Knee to the spine. Got the jarring impact. Look past the ring at the thousands and thousands of WWE fans in attendance. Each and every one of them are being entertained tonight. She steers clear there. Hooked up, and a suplex. She's looking to end it early. She's got a long way to go before she should be thinking about pinfall victory here. Check out WWE.com for all the profiles of the great women's superstars.
Oh, saw it coming. Drop kick with precision. Oh, that's the impact. Oh, stomping away. Oh, that's just disrespect right there. I kind of like it.
Uh-oh. Phoenix Splash! This match may be nearing its limit.
It'll be a minor miracle if she turns it around. Oh, that was close. Just a step quicker.
Straight punch!
Inside the ring now.
Oh, what a forearm.
She is just dominant right now. She's flipped a switch and the light is on. Wow, here it comes. She's sewn this up.
This could do it. Uh-oh. She did it. Red has won the Mae Young Classic.
Honestly, I'm shocked. I didn't think she had a chance against Rhea. Respect to Red.
Hey, we've heard about this dream list of accomplishments she had. Well, this is certainly going to be a very big one to cross off.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner of the 2019 Mae Young Classic,
And now we have the presentation of the Mae Young Classic trophy, named after a trailblazer and legend in our business.
And who knows, maybe this is the start of another legendary career.
Not to get ahead of ourselves or take away from this moment, but you do have to wonder what's next for Red.
Oh, we'll have to wait and see, but clearly she's put herself on the map with the decision makers here in WWE.
Our emotions getting the best of Rhea Ripley. This is not how she envisioned this night ending.
Nonetheless, congratulations again to Red.
I knew you could do it.
Thanks! This is heavier than it looks like on TV.
I'll take it. You need a free hand anyway.
Win Mae Young Classic Tournament. Done.
That trophy was supposed to go home with me tonight.
Yeah? Well, maybe next time don't assume you're gonna beat me. I heard about your custom jacket.
What are you talking about?
No need to get into that right now.
Whatever. We'll finish this some other time.
Congrats again. You were really impressive out there tonight.
Thank you so much for the opportunity. So, if I can ask, what's next?
We have your info. Maybe we'll contact you for a tryout match sometime.
I appreciate that, but I just won the Mae Young Classic. Haven't you seen enough?
We don't want to rush into anything.
Hunter, come on. He's messing with you.
Sorry for trying to have some fun around here. Look, the truth is we've seen more than enough, and we think you're amazing. And that's why we'd like to offer you an NXT contract.
Wow. I'm speechless. Thank you. This is everything I have ever worked for and dreamed of.
You've certainly earned it.
I just have one request.
Whatever it is, I'm sure we can make it happen.
I'd like you to sign my friend Trey.
Good one. I guess I deserve that after I messed with you.
I'm not joking.
What?
You need to think very carefully about what you're asking.
I already have.
You really don't have to do this.
I know I don't have to, but I want to. We're a package deal, remember? So if you really want to sign me, then you're signing him too. And if that doesn't work on your end, then I walk. No hard feelings.
I certainly wasn't expecting that kind of ask, but I respect your loyalty. That goes a long way in this business. That being said, your friend here wasn't really part of our plans, but if you want to vouch for him, then you have a deal. Both of you. Congratulations.
Are you freaking serious? What was that? You just risked everything for me.
Aren't you happy?
I am, but But you stood up to the COO of WWE like you were some kind of big shot. That was insane.
I'll admit it was a bit of a Hail Mary, but it worked, didn't it? We're best friends. I wasn't gonna do this without you. That's the deal we made.
Well, thank you. It's the nicest thing anyone's ever done for me, and that includes getting adopted. I promise you won't regret it.
It was the right thing to do. Now just show them why you belong here.
I will. Hey, I just realized we can cross off another list item. Well, sort of. Compete on NXT.
Oh, yeah. We wrote that back when NXT was a reality show.
It's close enough.
I just want to reiterate that we had no intention of signing you to NXT, possibly ever. But thanks to your friend sticking her neck out for you, that's obviously changed.
I will. Wait, so are you saying your buddy X-Pac never mentioned me?
No, he did.
Oh, okay. So at least you have his recommendation to go off of too.
I said he mentioned you. I didn't say it was good.
I feel like I recognize you from somewhere.
Calgary?
Oh, I know. You look just like the woman in those TV commercials for IBS. I think it's that scrunched up, miserable face you're always making.
I beat you in my first match ever. Remember?
Sorry, doesn't ring a bell. But congrats on winning that cute little trophy. Let me know if you ever want to step up and face some real competition.
I hate these things so much.
Then why were you in such a hurry to get here?
Because I hate being late slightly more than I hate awkward social obligations. I mean, if one more person says something dumb like, look, it's red on the red carpet, I'm going to strangle them.
Red?
Well, there goes my opening line.
She gets a little cranky when she's nervous.
Anyway, I've been covering the WWE Hall of Fame for almost 15 years, and I've never seen anything like this. We've had individuals, tag teams, factions, families, but never a pair of best friends inducted together. This is truly a special night.
It really is, Byron. But just because our in-ring careers are over doesn't mean we can't continue to give back to the business that gave so much to us. In fact, that's why I'd like to officially announce I'm available for commentary and hosting work. So, WWE, if you're looking to freshen things up around here, then you know where to find me.
Are you trying to take my job?
What? I'd never do that. Don't be so insecure, Byron.
Okay, well, that concludes one of the most interesting red carpet interviews of all time. Live TV, everyone.
What was that?
You're welcome for taking the heat off of you. And maybe I was auditioning for a gig. You don't want to stay involved in some way?
No. When I said I was done, I meant it.
Red. Trey.
Velveteen.
Congratulations. But just keep in mind, it's one thing to achieve your dreams, but you will never be the dream.
Great to see you too.
See? That's why I hate these things. You run into all sorts of people you have history with. That was super awkward.
Yeah? Well, at least it didn't end with someone getting knocked out like back in the day.
Hey, where are you going? The show hasn't even started yet.
I don't have anything to do, so I'm leaving.
Seriously? You should stay. You never know what could happen, plus it at least gives the impression that you care.
I do care. In fact, I care too much, which is why I can't take just sitting around doing nothing while everyone else gets opportunities.
We're still relatively new here. I think you just need to give it more time.
We've been in NXT for months and I've barely been on TV. And other than you, no one even knows who I am. It's like high school all over again, right down to having to ask permission to use the bathroom.
Who makes you do that?
Cassius Ono. Wait, is he just messing with me? See? Exactly like high school.
Look, bathroom pranks aside, I think you're overreacting.
Really? Watch this. Hey, Ricochet. Good luck with your match tonight.
Oh, thanks, Troy.
He almost got your name right. That's a start.
If that doesn't prove my point, I've also asked just about everyone on the roster to be my partner for the Dusty Classic, and they all said no. Or worse, ignored me.
Okay, fine. Maybe there's some truth to what you're saying, but I still believe it'll get better.
Do you think anyone would catch on if you disguised yourself as a man so you could be my partner?
As much as I'd love to try to pull that off, I'm focused on beating Rhea Ripley to get a shot at the NXT Women's Championship. It's gonna be tough since she still hasn't gotten over the fact that I beat her in the Mae Young Classic.
But at least you have the Mae Young Classic win. It proved you belong here. My problem is everyone thinks I'm just riding your coattails. Well, you know what? From now on, I'm gonna ride my own coattail.
How do you plan on doing that?
I need to do something big to get people's attention. Something that'll change the narrative. And I need to do it tonight.
I like the fact that you're not just giving up and going home, but keep in mind, I put my reputation on the line by getting you hired here. So anything you do ultimately reflects back on me.
I understand, but you have nothing to worry about. Hey, do you know where I could get some handcuffs on short notice?
And now I'm worried.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall and will determine the #1 contender for the NXT Women's Championship.
Wait a second, what's he doing out here?
Before we get to that match, which my friend Red is gonna dominate, there's something I need to say. When I was signed to NXT, I was told to make the most of my opportunity. Well, so far, the only opportunity I've had is to sit in the back every week like some kind of glorified cheerleader, watching everyone else do their thing, while I ask myself over and over again why I'm not out here. Maybe it's because I'm not good enough in the ring, or I don't have the right look, or I rub someone the wrong way. Or maybe it's simply because my friend helped me get a job and no one can see me as anything other than a charity case. I could drive myself crazy trying to figure it out, but one thing's for sure. If I never get a chance to show what I'm capable of, how will anyone know if I deserve to be here or not? Luckily, there's a tournament coming up that has put countless NXT superstars on the map, the Dusty Classic. Only problem is, I've tried and tried to find a partner, and so far, all I've gotten is a bunch of no's, blank stares, and who the heck are yous? But there's one person I haven't asked yet. Someone who calls themselves the Dream. But they've never competed in the tournament named after the real Dream, the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes. So I'm not leaving this ring until Velveteen Dream comes out and agrees to be my partner.
Wait, are those handcuffs?
Are you kidding me? Get this idiot out of the ring. No wonder no one wants to be his partner.
This is certainly an unconventional way of doing things.
He called out Velveteen Dream, and thankfully, here he comes. Yeah, hopefully to put an end to this mess.
So, are you gonna be my partner? Because as you can see, I'm not going anywhere until I get a yes.
The Dream always keeps a spare handcuff key on his person. You never know when you might need it. If you want the Dream to be your partner, then you need to prove yourself by beating the Dream in a match later tonight. You've got the Dream's attention, but let's see if you can keep it.
That was certainly unexpected, but Velveteen Dream has made a career out of defying expectations.
Look, I don't care how weird that was. At least Velveteen got the moron out of the ring.
Let's get back to the previously scheduled match.
What the heck was all that?
Me riding my own coattail.
Well, maybe give me a heads up next time you're gonna hijack the show right before my match.
You got this.
We apologize again for the delay in bringing you this #1 contender match for Candice LeRae's NXT Women's Championship.
Delay is a much nicer term than I would have used.
You have to wonder if that interruption will throw either of these women off their game tonight.
That's a valid question, but knowing the history they have with each other going back to last year's Mae Young Classic, I think both Red and Rhea will be more focused on the task at hand.
Oh, so precise with the super kick.
Got the oh my goodness, crushing it. It's impressive and honestly a little frightening just how intimidated Rhea Ripley is at such a young age. She has such a chip on her shoulder.
I agree, but I would never say that to her face, though, Michael.
Spin kick to the midsection.
Boom! Buckle bomb.
What impact.
Ooh, treading all over their opponent.
Boom, what impact.
I don't know exactly about Ripley having a chip. I don't think she cares about anything other than inflicting pain on her opponents. Yeah, winning's a plus when it comes to inflicting that pain, but she definitely isn't consumed by that.
Boom! Buckle bomb! What impact. And she's getting fired up here.
She is on fire.
Oh, that was just malicious. Insulting.
Look at that insult to injury with that one. She's starting to drag a little bit.
She needs to turn the tide here.
Oh, able to counter.
Up on their shoulders.
Down in a hurry.
Simply said, this is going to be a great match.
Here's now suplex.
Rhea answers with a decisive big kick.
Looks like that rocked Red.
Red counters with a super kick.
Both women are down.
It's over.
Hold on, both women's shoulders were on the mat when the ref counted 3.
I saw it too. Can we get some kind of official ruling on this?
So, who's the #1 contender?
I don't think we have one.
Well, obviously, Rhea Ripley and Red both believe they want and deserve the title opportunity, so I guess we'll have to wait and see what happens next.
What else could go wrong tonight?
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring from
Here on NXT, it's Dream Time! If you missed the opening moments of our broadcast tonight, Trey called out the Velveteen Dream, demanding he be his partner for the upcoming Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic.
Yeah, but you left out the part where Trey handcuffed himself to the ropes. Luckily, Velveteen had a key, or that idiot would probably still be stuck in the ring.
Oh, let's not forget what Velveteen Dream said. If Trey can defeat him, Velveteen will be his partner for the Dusty Classic. There's a lot riding on this match.
Oh, this guy Trey's only here because his friend got him a job. There is no way he's going to beat Velveteen Dream.
Amazing reflexes on display.
Oh! Right to the back. Great agility there.
Stomping. Ouch. That's a good way to make your presence felt. Guys, at the risk of sounding like an amateur psychologist, it seems pretty clear that Velveteen Dream absolutely thrives on attention.
Nah, don't worry. You just sound like an amateur commentator.
Flatliner. He's absorbed some damage already.
Taking on some offense, but he expected as much.
Narrowly avoiding trouble.
Yeah, that could have been bad. Snap suplex.
Well, I'd agree with Byron's statement that Velveteen Dream is an attention seeker. I mean, why else wear all the frilled shirts and jeweled outfits?
Why else? How about because he's a fashion icon? Anyway, the only thing that matters is what you do in the ring. And let me tell you, Velveteen Dream can do pretty much anything.
Dream just barely got out of the way.
Buster!
What a counter.
Here we go. Inverted DDT.
Lights out. Up and down. Boom. Beautiful.
He is just reeling from that offense.
He's getting beaten up out there, but staying strong.
Knee drop. Jeez. Head crank. Uh-oh.
Setting up for the T-bone.
An early pin attempt. Plenty of fight left.
No, nice kick out.
I knew that was coming.
Trey setting up for a suplex, but Velveteen blocks it twice.
Velveteen Dream hits the neck breaker.
Maybe you'll find a partner next year, pal.
And now he's going to the top. This might put an end to Trey's hopes of competing in the Dusty Classic.
Do it, Dream. Purple Rainmaker. Thankfully, this is all over. Come on, cover him. What's the holdup?
Wait, What's Velveteen doing?
No.
He's telling the referee to count. Velveteen Dream is letting Trey win.
You gotta be kidding me. What the heck is he thinking? Why would you do this? Maybe Velveteen wanted to be Trey's partner after all.
Who knows with Velveteen, but that guess is as good as any.
I can't believe it. This dream just turned into an absolute nightmare. Velveteen's confusing actions aside, you're looking at the newest team to enter the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic.
Baron Blade. So.
Hey, I ran into Triple H earlier and assured him your stunt last week was just a one-time thing. You're lucky he thought it was good TV, or you might be out of a job.
Triple H thought I was entertaining? That's great.
That's not exactly what I would have gotten out of that statement. Nonetheless, I'm happy you found someone to team with for the Dusty Classic, even if it's Velveteen Dream.
What do you mean, even if?
I just don't think he's the most trustworthy partner. But hopefully I'm wrong.
He's too set on proving he's the real Dream to pull anything on me. So don't worry, I'll be fine. But what about your big contract signing tonight? You have anything planned?
Yeah, I'm gonna go out there and sign the contract.
That's it? These things are all about playing mind games with your opponent to get an advantage in the match. Like, what if you brought your Mae Young Classic trophy to the ring with you? That would really get in Rhea's head.
I appreciate the advice, but stunts like that are more your style. I'm gonna keep it professional.
And predictable. But whatever. So what did Triple H say about last week being good TV? Did he like my promo, or the handcuff move, or just everything overall?
You should focus on your match.
I heard what you said last week about wanting to prove you belong in NXT. I respect.
No, sir. Not our expense, Tucky.
We came back to NXT for one reason. To win the Dusty Rhodes Classic.
Back to win the whole inch.
I actually watched your previous Dusty Classic matches to try to get an advantage, but there wasn't a lot to go on. You know, because you always lost in the first round.
You went there, huh?
You did go there.
I'm just stating a fact.
Then here's another one. Tonight...
That's right, Tucky. Because we're...
I let you win last week because the Dream thought about what you said. And I want to prove that I am the real Dream. That's all this is. You're just lucky.
Okay, fine. But now that we're partners, shouldn't we discuss strategy or something?
Here's a strategy. Stay out of the Dream's way.
All right, let's get this thing going. And we're here in Orlando, a breeding ground for many of the WWE's top superstars, thanks to the Performance Center.
Breeding ground for great commentators, too. And there's Saxton. I don't know how you got bred.
Anticipated that attack perfectly.
Too quick to catch him there.
What's going to happen now? Down, head over heels. Gets the tag.
Guys, at the risk of sounding like an amateur psychologist, it seems pretty clear that Velveteen Dream absolutely thrives on attention.
Nah, don't worry, you just sound like an amateur commentator. Oh, I didn't see that coming from Otis. Tagged in. I agree with Byron's statement that Velveteen Dream is an attention seeker. I mean, why else would... Abdominal stretch. It's locked in.
This is a great way to wear down your opponent.
He forces his way free.
Man, he just has so much resolve.
In off the tag. Clothesline.
Well, that'll leave a mark.
Snapmare.
The Rainmaker DDT. In a tag team contest, a superstar and partner lock up against another duo. Unless there's a special stipulation added to the match, the traditional rules of a singles match apply in terms of winning the match via pinfall, submission, countout, or disqualification. And Tucker evades that one.
Nice running crossbody. Looking for the quick pin. 1, 2, 3. They did it. Wow, what a match. Looks like we're ready to kick this thing off. And we're here in Orlando, a breeding ground for many of the WWE's top superstars, thanks to the Performance Center.
Breeding ground for great commentators, too. And there's Saxton. I don't know how you got bred.
Wow, what a sequence.
Oh, flipping the script on him there.
What a DDT.
Good night.
Great reflexes. Drop kick hits the mark. Impressive was that reversal.
Uh-oh. Boom! Scorpion death drop.
Ooh, what impact. Big elbow.
His aggression, just pure brutality.
Come on, easy.
And Tucker's making him think twice. Vicious, aggressive attacks. And he wants nothing to do with any of that. Headbutt to the back of the neck. Here it is. Boom! Scorpion death drop. Off the ropes. Tagged in. Got the oh my goodness, crushing it.
Ooh, bullseye.
Now trampling the opposition. Running senton. He's starting to struggle here.
He needs a breather in a bad way right now. If he could just make it to his corner and make the tag.
Knee drop.
That was nasty.
So precise. Oh, that might have just broken something. He's certainly looking in command at the moment.
He's firing on all cylinders, that's for sure.
Set up for the side Russian leg sweep. Struggling to get to the corner here.
Might not make it, Michael.
Oh, he almost makes the tag.
Yeah, but almost means absolutely nothing, Cole. Look at Saxton. He's almost tolerable. Doesn't mean he is, though. Beautiful side Russian leg sweep.
Uh-oh. Oh, right to the body. That hurt. Running senton. And Tucker evades that one. Great counter.
Impressive in-ring IQ on display.
Big reversal. Set up for the side Russian leg sweep. Looking to make a much-needed tag here.
And if successful, we may be looking at a whole new match here.
Missed the tag there. Oh, what incredible power. Wow, what a vertical suplex. Plenty of fight left.
He's got some more fight in him, guys.
Set up for the side Russian leg sweep. Uh-oh. Look at this. The premier combo.
Nicely.
Hoping to end it here. This is it. 1, 2, save.
Still got more fight here.
Set up for the side Russian leg sweep. From behind. Neckbreaker.
From behind.
Boom.
Nice Russian leg sweep.
Needs to make it to the corner here, Corey.
Oh, you're absolutely right, Cole. There's no way around it. A tag is vital at this point in the match.
No, he comes up short. Boy, he really needed... Oh, this isn't right.
What are you, the police or something?
I'm the fuzz.
You can debate whether or not that would have been the end. Interesting decision there.
And he goes for the pin. Oh, ouch. Set up for the side Russian leg sweep. Look at this. The damage he's taking is starting to pile up.
It might be time for him to recharge that battery. All he has to do is get to his corner and make the tag.
Flatliner.
Man, face first.
He's lining him up.
Oh, could this be it?
Oh, the old whippersnapper. That should do it right there. And the count's broken, keeping the match alive. Leg sweep. Nicely done. Cover here. And he got a near fall out of it.
I don't know where he's finding the strength to stay in this one.
He evades the attack.
Oh, read him there. Reverses. Can he make him pay? Elusive movement there. He's just dominating at this point.
Times like this, we'll see what kind of shape he's in.
Side Russian leg sweep. His shoulders are down. I don't know how he keeps kicking out.
Right now, I just don't know what it's going to take.
spinning kick to the gut. Oh, here we go. DDT. Is it enough? 2. Kick out at 2. Oh, that may have been a slow count.
I can't believe it. He just won't go away.
He has something big planned. Oh, nasty impact. Cover. 2. So resilient. This is not where you want to be. And shoulders are down. There's 2.
It's hard to believe, but it looks like he still has some gas left in the tank.
And Tucker making him think twice. Oh, what a counter.
That'll absolutely give you a headache. That's for sure, Michael.
The premier combo.
Nicely done.
Oh, brutal. He could pin his opponent right here. 2, 3. What an incredible tag team contest.
Here are your winners, Xander and Velveteen Dream.
And there's your winner via pinfall.
This win is exactly why so many superstars hope their number never gets called to face this guy.
We've got an animated crowd here tonight, as we usually do when we're in Orlando.
Woo, woo, woo.